Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. In a moment that has left both fans and critics emotionally moved, Hailee Steinfeld has opened a deeply personal chapter of her life while portraying a complex role in Ryan Coogler's upcoming film, Sinners. The actress, best known for her powerful performances and pop music success, is now stepping into a character that pushed her not only as an artist, but as a woman reckoning with her own lineage. In Sinners, Steinfeld plays Mary, a white-passing woman living in 1930s Mississippi who must confront her mixed-race identity in a society that is both hostile and divided. But what makes this role so gripping and profoundly moving is how it compelled Hailee herself to explore a truth that had remained buried in the corners of her family's past, her own mixed-race heritage. Hailee shared in a candid and emotional interview with Refinery29 that while preparing for the role, she began to question aspects of her family history, especially through her maternal grandfather's lineage. Through this introspective journey, she discovered that her grandfather was not only of Filipino descent, as she previously knew, but also had African American roots. This realization shook her in the most beautiful and transformative way. It gave her insight not just into the character of Mary, but also into the quiet strength and complexity woven into her own bloodline. For Hailee, who grew up in a multicultural household, this revelation became more than a historical footnote. It became a mirror, one that allowed her to see her own reflection through the eyes of generations who fought to be seen, to belong, and to survive in a world that often refused to acknowledge them. Hailee's portrayal of Mary is layered with raw vulnerability and a piercing sense of realism. She channels the struggles of someone torn between two worlds, embodying the pain of erasure and the aching desire to find a place to call home. It's no surprise that Ryan Coogler, known for directing culturally resonant films like Black Panther and Fruitvale Station, crafted an environment on set that encouraged emotional exploration. He understood the weight of Mary's story, and more importantly, the personal journeys his actors were undertaking. Hailee describes the set as a safe space, one where her tears were not just welcomed, but understood, where silence spoke volumes, and where every scene felt like a communion with the past. What's remarkable about Hailee's experience is how her performance in Sinners began to dissolve the line between actor and character. Her personal journey into her family's racial identity became intertwined with Mary's story, making each line of dialogue resonate with an authenticity that's hard to manufacture. She has spoken openly about how the film gave her permission to feel pride and grief simultaneously, to mourn the history that was hidden and celebrate the resilience that persisted despite it. Fans have responded with overwhelming support, applauding Hailee not just for her courage on screen, but for her vulnerability off-screen. Social media is abuzz with emotional reactions as people of mixed-race backgrounds share their own stories, and thank Hailee for bringing such nuanced representation to a mainstream platform. The significance of Sinners goes far beyond awards, season predictions, or box office expectations. It is a film that demands reflection. It asks viewers to confront the uncomfortable truths about race, privilege, and identity in America. Truths that are often left out of history books and dinner table conversations. And in doing so, it becomes a vessel for healing. Hailee's willingness to dive into this space, to hold a mirror up to herself and others, is nothing short of revolutionary. She has shown that the most powerful performances often come from a place of truth, and that art can be both a confession and a call to action. Critics are already praising Hailee's performance as her most mature and compelling to date. Her portrayal of Mary is expected to be a strong contender during award season, with many calling it a career-defining role. But beyond the accolades, what makes this moment truly unforgettable is the way Hailee has used her platform to start a conversation that so many are afraid to have. She has reminded us that behind every face is a story, behind every name a lineage, and behind every silence, a history longing to be heard. As the release of Sinners draws closer, anticipation continues to build, not just for the story it tells, but for the impact it promises to leave. This is more than just a film. It's a movement, and at the heart of it stands Hailee Steinfeld, an actress who has dared to go beyond performance, into the realm of personal truth. Stay tuned to Daily Gossip for more updates on Sinners, Hailee's ongoing journey, and all the emotional, thought-provoking stories from the heart of Hollywood.